Hi everyone, welcome back. This time we come up with paper number one, financial reporting for CA final. And as you know, I have made 3 to 4 videos previously for CA final FR. But this time I came up with a full-fledged video for full syllabus of CA final FR. I will not guide you chapter wise this time because I feel that this is taking too much time and the time is precious for you also and time is very limited. So that's why I plan to make only one video for CA final FR full syllabus. So we go here and I hope this will be helpful for you. So let me share my screen. Firstly, I will present you the study materials which I have compiled and then I will share you some tricks and then I will guide you with some common queries. Okay. So first thing first, this is the question bank fully updated for May 23 attempt and this is covering all the things like you don't have to go through any other study material for that. It is covering all the amendments, all the MTPs, RTPs, whatever questions are there for each chapter, you just have to do that. And this is volume one only and it contains the important topics. So you just have to do the this volume one book and your 80 to 90% syllabus will be covered with this. Along with that, I'm giving you concept notes. So these are concept notes for November 22, but it is the same relevant for May 23 attempt. So these concept notes you can refer if you want to do any concepts or revise any concepts. Otherwise, you can just straight away jump to the questions. And another thing I have compiled you for the revision video links. This is including 2, 3 teachers like Jay Chawla, Ajay Agarwal, and Praveen Jindal. So, and for some of the topics, I believe video is not at all required because these are small topics, and I haven't find the relevant videos for that on YouTube. So, I will not waste your time in putting anyone link. So, I believe these topics you can do by self, just referring to the concept notes and directly jump to the question back there. And for other chapters, I believe if you want to revise, I have given you the video links along with the faculty's name. You can just go through these videos and you can revise the whole FR. So I believe like in 15 to 20 days max, you can just revise the FR whole. Okay, and if you are taking two subjects simultaneously, like I will prefer that you should take FR along with another theory subject, law or audit, whichever you prefer. So do it like that. And one thing is don't leave the small topics. Okay. So I will tell you more when we will jump to the common queries. So this is all about the study material and you have to do each and every question. How will you do it? We will discuss it. So you don't have enough time in hand to solve each and every question. So you can do is just go through these questions, read every question, and which question you find tricky or which question which has calculations or something, you can try to solve them and just focus on one thing for now that you just have to solve the question. You just don't go with the presentation or something for right now. Just focus on the conceptual understanding and calculations so that you will be able to solve the question. Okay. Now it's time to further common queries which I have compiled. First is like chapters. People focus on the big chapters like consolidation, business combination, financial instruments, revenue from contracts, but they left out with the small chapters. But these small chapters can also help you clear the exams. Okay, the problem with the big chapters is there will be short questions. That is with no doubt you will have questions from these chapters, but the questions from these chapters are sometimes like you will get tricky concepts in that. So people usually do is they do firstly selective study by doing the big chapters, but in big chapters also they do selective concepts which is they feel easy. So the trickiest part they left with. So don't do that. Just if you can't able to do the big chapters completely and wholly, and if you also can do, but do focus on the small chapters also. Like it is 8, it is 37. This will took you just 15-20 minutes to go through these days each. So don't skip these chapters. I will just say that don't skip these chapters because these chapters will also come in the exams. And sometimes it's like you are fully prepared for the big chapters, but in the exam there is some hustle in your mind or something, so that you will not be able to solve these big questions. But at the same time, you will be able to solve the small questions. So I will personally suggest that don't leave any chapter. But in some chapters, if you find some topic which is tricky, you can just leave that topic. But don't leave the whole chapters. Either it is small, either it is big. So you have to do everything, each and everything. Okay? Do with the question bank, directly skip to the questions. That is your choice. You don't want to refer the concepts or videos. It is wholly your choice based on your understanding, based on your previous revisions. But question bank is must. You have to go through each and every question in the question bank. Okay. The second thing is working notes. It's I am going through the presentation part a bit. So in presentation now, when you will go for exam, now at the revision time, you don't have to focus much on presentation because the main focus is on understanding and calculating part. But at the main exam time, because when you will be writing the main exam, you have to focus on written presentation also. One thing is don't waste your time in making the proper lines or everything, making the proper accounts, formats of journal entries, nothing. Nothing is required. You can just write the journal entries free flow and it will be all set. Or when you want to make a balance sheet or somehow T-shaped accounts, you just have to make a T, don't have to make full format. That will not necessary because format has no importance or no marks in this CA final level. So you can just draw it with a free hand also. You don't have to refer to any scale or something so that the lines will be straight. No, you can just do it freely and save your time. Second thing is like working notes. You have to make proper utilization of time and make proper working notes. Don't do conjuncing that. So you have to like make notes for each and everything which you find like suitable, because working notes have also marks weightage. Sometimes there is weightage of working notes in your paper, like 2 to 3 marks is of working notes allocated to working notes, whatever you want. And sometimes you take assumptions in the question, so you have to write the assumptions also. Sometimes you do the calculations, but you just do the calculations straight away and write the final answer in the answer sheet. But no, you have to show the calculations also in the bracket or something. If the calculations are big, so you have to show it in the working notes. If the calculations are small, you can just write in the brackets or something along with the final answer. So this is the way you will present, and try to present in the statement form wherever possible. Because statement form is easy to understand by the examiner also, and if you will not follow the statement form, it will kind of haphazard manner. So try to be more presentable, like statements, like working notes, everything. Underline the important answers or important lines, whatever you want. In the India's theory questions, just underline the properly quote the India's name, India's number, underline the conclusions. You have to write that as a case study, like you do in law audit paper. Na? So, firstly, you have to write the provisions along with India's number and India's name, and then you have to write the facts of the question, and then you have to give an analysis, and for one line you have to write the conclusion. So it will be average 4 marks question, and for 4 marks you have to split the answer into 3 to 4 parts. So this was all about presentation. Second is calculations. Like you don't have to do silly mistakes, because sometimes the answer is there in our mind, but we write something differently. Like sometimes there is a figure of 10 lakh. You have to calculate 1%, but you can just Sometimes in your mind you will calculate 10% and you will not know. So I will suggest that use calculator wherever possible, how much possible, to avoid these silly mistakes, because I have seen the papers in which somehow the student has done some silly mistake. They have added 1 0 extra or maybe 1 0 less. So because of that, their whole question gets wrong. So don't do these mistakes. And next question is like time management is very important in this paper, because sometimes people used to do is like they are able to attempt only 50 to 60 marks paper in the final examination. So if you are attempting 50 to 60, you will gain only 20 to 30 or something. But if, just imagine if you are attempting 80 to 90, then you will be able to score 40 to 50 and you will be able to clear the exam with ease. So time management is very important. You just have to pick the right questions in the first 15 minutes. How will you do it? With the practice. So for that, write any test papers, be the test series, or you can do your MTPs, RTPs, or past year question papers. Just two papers I personally think that are necessary for CA final FR, because the syllabus is vast. One paper will not suffice your revision. So two papers are necessary for CA final FR before appearing in the main examinations. So just write that two papers. You will gain the confidence of time management. Just break your time in the, like, if you have to attempt 5 questions and if you have 3 hours. So how many time you will get for each question, and try to do each and every question in that time. 5 minutes up and down, it's okay, but no more than that. Because if you are getting 5 minutes up for each and every question, that one last question will remain as it is. You will not be able to attempt that question, because five minutes you have taken extra for each question. So plan your time accordingly, that you will be able to attempt at least 80 marks paper. At least 80 marks is must. Try to attempt it like 90 and 100. I believe that 100 marks is attempting is very difficult. I'm never able to attempt 100 marks paper. I had only attempted 80 to 85 marks paper, and that helped me to clear the exam. So try to do at least 80. 80 is must. If you are attempting less than 80, that is your limitation that you have to improve. Okay, so time management is most important for attempting 80 to 90 marks paper, and time management will come with the practice only. I will not be able to guide you with the time management itself. You have to just allocate time to each and every question, and in the first 15 minutes you have to, like, decide whatever question you need to attempt first. That will take your less time. First question, when will you do that? Not the serial number first. Whatever question you attempt firstly, it will take 5 to 10 minutes extra. It is a normal habit, because you will gain speed eventually. So first question, if it is taking 5 or 10 minutes more, then it is okay. But the next question, subsequent question should not take much time. So you will gain speed eventually, and try to improve your speed also, try to improve your presentation also. And about the written practice, I already said that it will be not be possible to solve each and every question. So you have to go through these questions, and the written practice of only those questions which you feel tricky or somehow have the trickiest calculation or something. And for written practice, you can just attempt 1 or 2 papers, whichever, like whatever what time you get for that. Okay. So I believe this is helpful, and these questions I have compiled from the students like you. And if you have feel the need for any other question or any other query you have in your mind, you can just drop it in the comment box, and I will be happy to help. So all the best, guys. Study hard, and see you soon again.